Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Audrey here. I know it's already been March of 2025. Could you believe it? I've been so busy this year that I didn't realize we're approaching spring. So I know it's kind of late to talk about the New Year resolution for 2025, but in today's video I'm going to talk about something that I would like to apply to my plant cares of this year. Let's start it. Talking about plant care, the first thing we always mention is watering. Plants need water to survive, and it's something that even we don't add fertilizer, we always water our plants, and it's something that I'm not really good at it. Last year, I was so busy with my work that I kind of pushed my plant to the back burner last year. I tried to water them 1.5 weeks, and sometimes I'll drag into 2 weeks, and some of my plants really suffered, especially those plants in the clay pots. I have several of my Hoyas actually in the clay pot, and they just dried out without me even noticing it. So this year I'm actually thinking about repot those back into the clear plastic pots and just use the clay pots as decorative pots, so that way they don't have to dry out that often in case I forgot to water them again. Actually, all my plants right now needs some good drink. So my first resolution for 2025 is watering my plants on time. Next, talking about plant care, fertilizer is another thing that I would like to implement into my plant. I did pretty good last year to fertilize my plant by using both the Super Thrive and also the fish fertilizer. I have been using fish fertilizer for a long time, many years, for my indoor plants and my outdoor plants. I see beautiful growth on my outdoor plants outside for sure, but indoor plants, they do grow good, but how much it's helped, I'm not really 100% sure. I added Super Thrive last year, and that helped big time. So this year, instead of using fish fertilizer, I actually bought a Super Thrive indoor plant fertilizer to try out this new fertilizer to see if that will help. I love Super Thrive, the regular vitamin drops, so I'm thinking fertilizer might be a good fit for my indoor plant. So this year, the second thing, fertilize my plants with the right fertilizer. Next thing is to try not to rotate my plant. A lot of my plants actually right on against the window wall, like my window shelves mounted onto the wall, and then the other corner shelves that's actually right next to my big window. I found out from last year that every time I try to rotate my plant, because they're kind of winding away from the sun instead of winding towards the sun, so the growth branch is trying to grow away from the sun. I don't know if that's happened to you guys too, but a lot of my Hoya, they kind of try to grow away from the sun. Maybe I give them too much sun. It's causing them to try to avoiding having too much exposure to the sun. But because I try to rotate the plant to try to trailing them towards the sun, the trailing branch kind of growing a little bit crooked. They're not really smoothly coming down, which kind of make the plant looks a little bit unruly, and that's what I think I would say. So this year I will try to avoiding rotating them to the way that they are not liking it, so their trailing branching actually growing smoothly downward instead of trying to growing cricket everywhere. So yes, that's another thing that I would like to making sure that I give them the correct sun exposure, correct way of them growing, so they can grow prettier than they are right now. Next, pests. Talk about indoor plant care. Pests is definitely one of those things that we all suffer from, and it was a really hard thing to control. I've been trying to killing mealybugs for many years, and the neem oils and eco sprays kind of controlling, kind of preventing them from fast spreading, but it will not kill them completely. So this year I actually found something on Amazon that I would like to try. It's herbicide. It will kill those fungus gnats and scales, and it says mealybugs only applies to my plants once. I have not seen any fungus gnat growing like they normally would in the springtime, but I still found some mealybugs. So I think maybe when I spray them and put it in the soil, I kill the eggs in the soil and kill the mature mealybugs on the leaves, but the eggs on the leaves, they were still growing and then they kind of grow another waves of the small mealybugs. So I'm going to spray this thing every time I water my plant. So hopefully I can really control the mealybug growth, because it's kind of getting a little bit out of control at this moment. Last things I would like to talk about for me this year, to not buying as much plants as I would like to. As a plant lover, we always have some plants that's on our to buy list that we just really want to have that in our collections. It's kind of a high, if it's right to say that. We rather plan buying high and want to buy something, but when we really have those plants in our collection, we kind of neglecting it because I already have it. So we are moving on to another plant that we would like to purchase, and then just have the one we just purchased sit in our collection. Hopefully they were growing as they're supposed to be. That's what happened to me last year. I did buy a lot of baby plants, and I decided this year, instead of buying more plants to my plant collection, I want to grow my existing plants to help in my plant collection to grow beautifully. So instead of adding more plants, I want my existing plant to grow really good, because I do have some really beautiful Hoyas and other plants in my collection that I really want them to grow really beautiful and to grow to their full potential. But because I'm still looking for other plants, I kind of neglect them, put them in the back burner. Some of my plants does grow really good, like my sunrise, the replacements of my old sunrise. This new one has been growing really beautiful. I love this plant, but I kind of lose the sun stress on my leaves, which I'm trying to bring that one back to the sunrise, because when it has sun stress on the leaves, it's such a beautiful color that I really want it to be back on my plant. And also my Hoya Bella, it was probably one of the saddest plants I have in my collection. It was growing really good, and then suddenly it decided to die off. I cut out 2 branches, tried to root the branches back last year. It did nothing, literally did nothing for the whole year, until the winter time it started growing some leaves, but it's not beautiful. Like I would say, it did not grow any potential last year. So this year I want to concentrate on those small plants that I try to save from the mother plant, and making sure that they are actually growing this year instead of just sitting there try to grow. And also all my new Hoya cuttings and Hoya baby plants that I purchased last year, I want them all growing beautifully. There are some baby Hoya that has been growing really good. I can see the potential on them, and I did love them when I first purchased them. I was really happy to receive them. So I want to grow them out to be beautiful Hoya instead of acquiring more plants. But you all know it's hard when you see something that is really on your purchase list for so long. You just really want that plant. I'm not going to say that I won't purchase any plant at all this year. If I found some good deals and I found something maybe during the traveling that I love that plant, I may buy. But I'm not gonna purposely try to purchase more plants to add it to my collection, because I do want my collection to grow. By growing my existing plant to flourish, to be a beautiful mature plant, instead of adding more plants to my collection. So yes, this is my last resolution that I want to apply to my 2025 plant growth years. And I hope I will achieve this one, because I do want my plants to grow, and I want all my plants to be happy and flourish in my house. Of course, go. No. Go. So those are my goals to try to achieve for this year's my plant care. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy growing!